There's a mad rush for jobs as thousands of job seekers from different parts of the country storm the Accra Conference Center in search of jobs. It's the maiden edition of the job fair organized by the Youth Employment Agency to connect job seekers to employment avenues in the country. We can listen to some of the job seekers.
I'm employed, but I'm looking to have a career change, Yeah, and I've been here for the past 1 hour. I was in for the opening ceremony, and so I'm now out here to look through the various booths, have contact with employers, and see what works, and then possibly find new opportunities.
We are all hoping to get a job, because thousands of people are out here searching for a job. It's not easy. I'm in the house so many years now. If I'm not lying, about 6 years now. But you are still managing. But as for today, we are all hoping for the best.
Let's get more on this and speak with the Director of Corporate Affairs at the YEA, Akwesi Free, who joins us via Zoom. Akwesi, let's get a breakdown of this job fair. What exactly are you doing there?
Thank you very much. We've done a lot of things today, but then all of it is stemming from what we have, what we call the YEA Job Center. The YEA Job Center is a platform we at the Youth Employment Agency have created to help solve the challenges of unemployment for the people of Ghana, especially the youth of Ghana. And so it has 3 legs. First of all, it's a virtual app where young people can apply online.
All right, so it looks like there's a terrible connection with Akwesi's internet. We'll try and get him back to speak more on. All right, so Akwesi is back. Sure, loud and clear, Akwesi, go ahead.
Yeah, so what I was talking about is the fact that we have an online platform, which is www.yejobcenter.gov.gh, where every youth can go and apply for a job.
All right.
You're in touch with that.
Akwesi, go ahead.
If the network is okay. So I think that the second leg is that we have the working center where everybody can work in to apply for a job. That's if you are not able to read or write. You can get to any of our staff in any of our offices across the country to apply. And then the third leg is our training session or the career session where we organize regular training.
Okay, so you're asking people to come there to apply for jobs?
Opportunities for young people today. Yes, what is happening today is that we have brought together over 100 young people, over 100 companies who have come to meet.
Certainly not working there. We'll have to Akwesi would have to reposition himself, then we can have a conversation, a proper conversation on this very important topic. Let's listen to the Director of Research and Planning at the YEA, Jaya Onsian, giving a breakdown of the exercise.
In 2019, we launched the YEA Job Center. Essentially, what the Job Center was to help us do as an agency was to provide a common platform where you employers and job seekers will interact each and every time. This is also to help us as an agency become a facilitator of jobs. Over the period, we've been creating modules and we've been recruiting the youth of the country in various modules. So for us, the next phase, the next strategic direction for us as an agency was to become a facilitator, connecting employers and job seekers. And for us, that was a way for us to continuously remain relevant in the job market. We are all very much aware that they are job seekers, but the question has always been, where do we find the jobs? And the jobs are with you, the employers. So we are very excited to have you here with us this morning, opening your doors, being ready to interact with the youth. I think from our interactions and the analysis that we've done over the period, we've realized that youth unemployment has become a big challenge because of the lack of what we term as pre-employment services. One, employment information is not readily available. 2, in terms of services, like how a young person will put together a competitive CV, how they would put together and prepare themselves for interview, how they would even search for a job itself, has for some time been unavailable to the youth of the country. So the Job Center was designed and instituted to be able to fill that gap. We also know that you as industry players, you've also been struggling with what we term as the industry and the skills mismatch, where young persons coming out of our universities and coming into the labor market don't have the requisite skills as well. So the Job Center was also designed to fill in that gap, where we have a training hub that will continuously prepare our young ones entering the labor market with the needed skills, especially soft skills.
Thankfully, Akwesi Afriye, who is Director of Corporate Affairs at YEA, joins us back on the line with more. You were trying to explain to me how you put together so many companies for people to apply for jobs. Akwesi Afriye, are you on?
Yes, I am on.
All right, so go ahead.
I can continue from where I was. The Zoom network was a bit disturbing.
Please do.
I was talking about the fact that everything we are doing here today stems out of the YEA Job Center. And what we are doing here today is we've brought over 100 companies that are vacancies, cumulatively about 3,000 vacancies, together here at the Accra International Conference Center, where we've also asked job seekers to come in and see if they can have any luck of getting any job. So if your reporters were here today, they can boldly report to you that they saw live interviews being organized. They saw the beginning of recruitment processes for a lot of young men who were able to have the opportunity to meet these employers. So, I mean, ours is to create employment for the youth of Ghana, and this is one of the things, facilitating jobs for the young people. So one of it is organizing this job fair today and tomorrow, and a lot of people turned out today, which speaks to the fact that there are still a lot more people out there who are unemployed and are looking for jobs. So what we are doing here today is to just create the opportunity for employers and job seekers to meet.
Tell me, how long would it take for the people who participated to actually gain themselves jobs, like you say?
So we anticipated that some could be within 24 hours, others would be 48 hours to maximum of a week or maybe 2 weeks, because obviously because of the numbers that turned up today, most of it would be shortlisted. I mean, if you pre-qualify or if you qualify, they will shortlist you and begin the process right there, which means from tomorrow, these employers are going to be calling those who qualified and be doing their final interviews with them at their offices, or if they choose to do it within the YE premises or YE offices, they are allowed to as well. But the end point is that within, from 24 hours going, some people should begin gaining employment. That was the primary focus of this whole job fair that we organized. So it wasn't your usual job fair where you have the focus is rather on the career talks, the tips about organizing interviews and all that. We have that, all right. But for us, that's a side event. The primary purpose of organizing this job fair was to make sure that at the end of the day, the vacancies that are declared from these companies who are participating, and we make sure that participating companies had a minimum of 3, 4, 5 vacancies within their company before they were allowed to participate. Obviously, yes, we had 1 or 2 who were in for prospecting employees, but we make sure that those who are coming, most of them have immediate vacancies for people who are ready to work.
How different is this one from the NAPCO exercise?
So NAPCO is primarily governance. And if you look at the history of YEA, YEA has primarily been government. We have been recruiting people into the community protection assistance module, what is popularly known as the community police. We have been doing the community health nurse. We have been doing the youth sanitation. You know, the Zoom police, they call them the sanitation officers. We have been doing afforestation. We have been doing a number of programs which are directly government oriented and funded by government. But we have always said that to be able to expand the economy or to create more employment, your focus should be on the private sector. You provide a conducive environment for the private sector to thrive. And that is what this current management of the Youth Employment Agency is focusing on. In as much as we continue with our traditional movement, we believe that partnering with the private sector is the way to go. And so if you come here today, almost 90 or 95% of the companies that are exhibiting, that are recruiting, that have put out vacancies and are recruiting are private sector people. Most of them have vacancies that people don't know about, that they themselves are not even advertising. If they do advertise in the dailies, for example, most of these young people who are looking for jobs are not able to buy a daily graphic every day. If they are listening to radio or TV, maybe they will not have the opportunity to watch the time the news is going on when the news, when the advert will be put out that there is a vacancy here. But because of our platform, I mean the YEA Job Center, which is free, they're able to go on it any day, any time, any moment. Free of charge for job seekers, free of charge for companies that are putting on. So what is different from NAPCO and the usual recruitment processes you will hear all around is that we are doing this for free. We are partnering with the private sector, and we are opening the space up for everybody, and especially the SMEs who are coming out. Somebody, for example, will be into shoe making, trying to mechanize the shoe making process and all that.
So for those who applied or have been at the fair today to apply for jobs within 48 and 1 week, they should be able to get a job for themselves.
We should begin getting results.
I'm grateful for your time. Akwesi Afriye is Director of Corporate Affairs at the YEA.